Okay, the decline of Scottish football. Since 98, Scotland has not qualified for a major football tournament. Last one was the World Cup in France in 1998. There have been two TV company collapses in that time, ITV Sport and Setanta. That's had a knock-on effect. Falling gate receipts, less people are going to games outside of certain clubs, Rangers, Celtic, notwithstanding, Hibs, Hearts, things like that. There are falling numbers of people going to games across the board. Economically, Scotland is not as wealthy as London. There are certain areas of Scotland that are exceptionally wealthy, but most of it is a lot of it's very rural. The big cities are there, and they have very large deprived areas, very deprived areas that there isn't a lot of money, not a lot of jobs. The decline in the oil price and the decline in the sales of whiskey, and I mean this seriously, have had a knock-on effect in some communities. And Setanta really has hastened the decline, because what happened to Gretna, Rangers, Dunfermline, Hibs, Hearts, Livingston, there was a lot of clubs in financial trouble. Gretna going out and Athletic get to go up. Another team went out, Edinburgh City get formed and get to go into the Scottish League system. Now, all that aside, there are some severe structural problems with Scottish football. They keep rotating the managers. The national side keep rotating between Alex McLeish. You've had Walter Smith in there multiple times. They haven't. Gordon Strachan. It's a revolving hot seat. Who's going to take it their turn this time for a couple of years? They came close to this World Cup. They did come close to qualifying for this World Cup, or at least getting to the playoff stage. They didn't quite make it. That's the closest Scotland have been to a major tournament in a very long time. So the national side isn't performing. That's not going to inspire me. Setanta's collapse was due to the business model, and same with ITV Sport. They have bad business models. Sky has been dominating the market for a long time. BT are starting to get in there, but BT have got viewership problems as well. The reason why BT has survived, whereas ITV survived longer than it should have, because of the main network and the fact that ITV had the ITV News channel, and ITV in general survived a bit longer because it had domestic TV rights to show free-to-air Champions League and international matches outside World Cups and Euros, etc. That kept ITV Sport going a bit longer than it really should have as a channel. And as a channel network, it kept it going longer than it should have, but it did damage the company, and the company is still recovering from that. Setanta didn't have even that backing, doesn't have the backing that BT does with the mobile phone network, the internet, the telephones. It really doesn't have that backing. Setanta completely collapsed. It picked up all the shit that was the leftover from the ITV Sport collapse that Sky didn't want, which was just not enough sport across multiple sports, not just football. But when Gretna went bust, there were other reasons why Gretna went under, including being forced to ground share with Motherwell because they were told by the Scottish FA, and this is where the Scottish FA are gutless. Their stadium wasn't up to standing yet. They'd been there for their entire existence, and they'd been fine in the Scottish League system up to the season they got promoted to the Premier League. And the Scottish FA, being a gutless, spineless organisation, helped put them out of business. They were an unfashionable club in the SFA's eyes. They killed the club off. They basically went out their way to kill the club. Setanta then hastened their collapse, and that then affected Rangers. They were going for the League and Europa League titles of the old UEFA Cup, the last ever UEFA Cup before it turned to Europa League. And because of the collapse of Gretna, all those results, this is where they needed to have a 20-team league. Instead of a 10, screwed the league up. If it was a 20-team league, it wouldn't have screwed the league up, and Rangers would have won the title. But because every team's got to play each other 4 times or 6 times or whatever it may be, because of the 10-team or 12-team league, it screwed Rangers. Had it been a league the size of the English Premier League, Rangers would have won that title and may not have had those financial issues that we now know they've had. That was a big issue. There was also, at the same time, after 1998, rumours and plans put forward and tabled to bring Celtic and Rangers into the English Premier League system. That would have also been a disaster. I'm very glad that did not happen. That would have killed Scottish football. You take the old firm out of the Scottish football pyramid, Hibs and Hearts, Aberdeen, Motherwell and both Dundee clubs cannot carry Scottish football on their shoulders. Sky Sports will not want to buy any rights to the Scottish League then, because the Edinburgh Derby, Capital Derby, great though it is, will attract less viewers than the Glasgow Old Firm Derby because less people live in Edinburgh. It's half the size of the city. That would have been catastrophic for Scottish football. And look at what happened to Setanta. That would have been an absolute disaster. Absolute disaster. You take those two clubs out of Scottish football and put them in the English league system, or maybe take those 6 or 8 clubs and put them in the English league system, you've just killed Scottish football, because no one's going to want to watch Dunfermline versus Dumbarton. No offence to those fans, but outside those clubs, no one will have an interest, apart from the professional gamblers and people like me who just generally like sport and report on it. At the time this was muted, YouTube wasn't a thing, Facebook wasn't a thing, Twitter wasn't a thing, social media did not exist. Bebo, MySpace, none of that had come about. That would have honestly killed off Scottish football completely. I'm very glad those ideas were never realised. There's even rumours now of always been put forward by occasional people saying it's a genius idea, taking like Rangers, Aberdeen and Celtic and put them in the English league structure. Again, you take them out of Scottish football, the TV rights when they get tabled for the Scottish Premier League will be crap. Even now, BT Sport are struggling to attract viewers to the sports that they show. They're getting 80,000 viewers for Tottenham games or Man United games. They really aren't getting the viewership that Sky Sports are. And then you look at when domestic TV manages to get any football, the viewership is higher than BT Sport. That says something. That says something when a pay-per-view sports channel, which is crap, which was badly launched, mishandled launch, they loads of information. They said every BT customer will get it free for a year. That was a lie. The preview lasted 3 days. They lied in their small print, and didn't advertise it as well as they should have. Yeah, no, BT Sport is absolutely crap. Don't get it. Their punditry is appalling. Their commentary is appalling. Their coverage is poor, and it's shown in the next batch of TV rights for the English Football League. There's 40 odd Premier League games up for grabs, which I hope goes to free to air. This is one of the reasons that Scottish football's got a problem. Premier League, it's far better advertised than the Old Firm derby and the Capital derby. The rights to whenever there's a Sky Sports advert for this weekend's upcoming games or this month's upcoming games, the Scottish ones are actually one of the last fixtures to be named on that advert. A lot of Scottish youth players are ending up in the English league system at lower levels, not in the Premier League. There's very few Scottish players in the Premier League now. This has been a trend over the last year. It's been declining steadily year on year on year. Naismith's left the Premier League. Snodgrass is not in the Premier League. Craig Gordon's not in the Premier League anymore. And when Scottish teams get into Europe, they get battered. Celtic are losing 7-1 in the group stage of the Champions League this season was just... They're not on the same page anymore. Okay, we'll admit, Martin O'Neill got some good results out of that team. They beat Barcelona 7 times. So that's great. And people can say, oh, it's the groups that Celtic get, or it's the groups Rangers or Aberdeen get. If they can't get out of the qualifying for the group stage, or at the group stage, what benefit does that give to the team? Brendan Rodgers goes, we've got a great record here. Yeah, because you're playing in a very uncompetitive league. Fans are turning off because Celtic win all the time. People are getting bored. If Aberdeen could win just once that Scottish Premier League, that might spark some interest with other clubs and people turning up and supporting their teams. Because gate revenues are down, turnout is down and going down year on year on year. They need to combine the Championship and the Scottish Premier League into one division, and they need to combine League 1 and League 2 into another division, because at the moment it is just not working. It is completely not working. It is completely failing. And Gretna proved that when a club does get put into administration or thrown out of the league, it can just completely screw up the entire league standings because you play each other so many times. If you played each other home and away once, Rangers would have won that league, would not have had the financial problems they may have had, maybe. But with Rangers having the money problems they've had, that has had a knock-on effect because the Old Firm derbies have only been a recent thing again. They weren't a thing for a very, very long time. And then Hibs and Hearts both falling out of the Premier League did not help viewership ratings because it was Celtic, then a gap to Aberdeen, and then there's the rest. It is that uncompetitive that people are tuning off and getting very, very bored. But anyway, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, post your comments below, and I'll have some more videos for you soon.